She was scared to death.
They've been neglected. They'll be severely underweight. She was so starved. You could feel his ribs and his hips.
So skinny and almost looks like they're half dead. And they're so frightened.
There's so many animals that need help.
I decided to start rescuing horses quite by accident. I was rescuing dogs and cats for many, many years, and I always had horses, one or two, and we used to show Arabian horses. Even as a horse person and someone who showed these horses, I had no idea about the situation with horse slaughter.
I think last year the numbers were something like 136,000 horses went to slaughter. And everybody thinks it's the old horses, it's the sick, injured horses, it's ones that can't be ridden anymore, but the prime horse for slaughter is typically one under 10, that's well muscled, and basically think about it like your grade A beef. They don't want a grade D old animal, they want a grade A animal.
They want healthy, young, fat horses. So we try to take the ones that are more needy.
People are under the impression that once a horse ends up at auction or is no longer wanted, that there's something wrong with that horse. There's the old saying, oh, well, there's a reason he's there. Everybody's always heard that, whether it was from a dog to a horse, any animal. And many times these horses are just there because they're at the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's just what the circumstances happened for them.
The problem with the auctions, so many people bring their horses to an auction or send them, and they think they're going to get good homes. Well, these kill buyers actually outbid the rescues and they outbid the private buyers because they want to just fill the trucks up. But it's just really sad because people don't realize these are their show horses, their race horses. I mean, we've seen horses come in that were just on the racetrack that won close to $1 million and something happened and they wind up in the auction. I've seen situations where houses go into foreclosure and the bank, somebody at the bank will ship the horses or whoever is taking care of it because they don't know what to do with the horses, you know, and you see horses at the auction with little bows in their hair. You can tell it was a child's pony, you know, it's just really sad.
Any of the horses that go through here go out with an adoption or sale contract that they cannot be bred, they cannot be auctioned off, and they cannot be sold for slaughter or, you know, put into a potential slaughter sale situation. They've got it really pretty good here. It's kind of feed them, clean up after them, put them out. They get out, they get lightly worked and bring them back in, feed them, tuck them in.
But there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to make a rescue successful. And those are kind of like the unsung heroes. You know, we need people, and that my involvement is, you know, working on the website, spreading the news, organizing fundraisers, you know, getting new volunteers, educating the public. We've gone and given lectures at Lenape and other area schools about, you know, horse rescue and what it takes to be a volunteer. So really, you know, when you think about a rescue, you should think about it kind of like a business. And, you know, from start to finish, there's a way to contribute.
I think the biggest obstacle is probably just the finances. You know, the horses, they have to be fed, clearly, and that can be done economically and still well, but when you're dealing with 6, 10, 12 horses, you know, at $100 a head, you know, to feed them, or maybe a little bit less for the minis, you know, then, but it racks up. And when they come in with health issues, a lot of times they've been neglected, so they'll be severely underweight. They need to be vetted before they can come in because we have no idea what their health situation has been like.
Everybody wants to help you save them from the slaughter truck, but once you get them here, they cost a lot of money to reschool them, retrain them, feed them, get the shots.
Another hard thing is to kind of keep everybody motivated because it can get very discouraging. You know, there's so many animals that need help, and you're just such a small piece of the puzzle. And when you think about all those horses that are just being thrown away when they could be given a second chance, that's what keeps you motivated. You know, it keeps you motivated when you know that, you know, some little kid out there has always wanted a pony. And if you could let them just come to your facility and spend 15 minutes a week with the animals, you know, that you're doing a good thing.
Part of it is just an appreciation for the animal, and Darlene calls me horribly addicted. But to be able to get them out of a bad situation and, you know, healthy, rehomed. It's satisfying, I think, is probably the most inclusive word. You know, is to see a horse or even a pony, you know, go from a situation where they're neglected or abused or just even underappreciated to where they're healthy, quite literally happy, and go somewhere where they make a new owner happy is really, really satisfying.
We saved a halflinger. A halflinger is a cart horse, a road horse. They're the ones that you see the Amish pulling the carts. Well, this little horse is, it looks like the Barbie dream horse. Really cute. Well, apparently she wasn't big enough to pull the whole family, so they brought her into the auction, dropped her off, traded her in like a used car. By the time we got her, she was scared to death. You could barely touch her. And she had only been driving. She hadn't been a riding horse. Well, now all the kids show her in 4-H, and she's the favorite here.
One of the horses that we rescued was actually a Dutch warm blood, and her sire was in the Olympics in Greece, and her name was Ravana. Her sire was Idicus. And Ravana ended up at the New Holland auction. We knew she was branded. We didn't really know too much about her other than that. And then when we pulled her from the kill pen, we started contacting the Dutch Warm Blood Registry, KWBPN, and we found out all about her. And she was slightly lame when she came, and after about 8 months off, she was completely sound, and she's now being shown by a 15-year-old and doing really, really, really well. And that's just one of many. Our miniature horses, a lot of times people will get miniature horses and they think, oh, it's little, it's a little pet, I can keep it forever. It's still a horse. It's not like keeping a dog. So some of our minis have gone on to be in therapy programs. Basically, you know, it's such a good feeling to take basically like a raw, unpolished stone that needs help and then just see them blossom. And you could see the horse's attitude pick up. Even their coats get shinier. It's an amazing transformation.
To give these horses literally a second chance at the rest of their life is huge. And we're happy to do it to get them out of the slaughter situation, the neglect situation, or whatever bad scenario they're coming from.
My main point is to educate people and to let them know that you can rescue a horse and it'll be as good as any show horse that you can get. They're beautiful, beautiful horses. Everything from, as I said, mini horses to Arabians. We have a Tennessee walking horse. We've had every single kind of horse you can even imagine, because we are the only all-breed rescue in Burlington County, and there's not that many horse rescues around. Like, there's specific ones, like someone will be a thoroughbred rescue and somebody will be, there's an Arabian rescue and a draft, but there's not too many all-breed where we'll take anything from a mini to a draft horse.
And we love to have people come out to the rescue, and even if you can't help with a horse, just do something small. You'd be surprised how it really turn out differently, and you feel so good about it.
And horses are fantastic. When you get to know them, they just are smart, loyal, fantastic, loving. We love what we do. I hope I can continue doing it, and I fall in love with every horse.